Well, Midnight is a project we've been working on for over 4 years. We started originally trying to reuse some of the research that we had done for proof of work, where when we started cArDano, we actually didn't know if cArDano was going to be a proof of work or proof of stake cryptocurrency. So we actually had both research streams working in parallel, and the reason being was that we didn't know if proof of stake was actually secure or not. We didn't have this notion, we'll figure out proof of stake. No, we had a beginner's mind.
Hello, Neil here, Bull Runs. Today, I was wanting to talk about the blockchain cArDano. cArDano is number 9th by market cap, sitting at about 9.2 billion. Founder of cArDano is also a co-founder of Ethereum, along with Vitalik Buterin and Hoskinson. During a time, didn't see eye to eye on the trajectory of where Ethereum was headed. Hoskinson wanted to go venture capitalist, and Vitalik wanted a nonprofit organization. Hoskinson then parted ways, creating the IOHK blockchain engineering company.
And so it turned out that not only is proof of stake secure, but it in many cases is a superior consensus algorithm to a lot of proof of work use cases. But we didn't stop the proof of work research. We did log-space mining. We wrote a paper called Minotaur, which is multi-resource consensus. We did the useful proof of work. We did NEPA-POWs, non-interactive proofs of proof of work. So we just kept doing that. And we said, it'd be really fun to build a cryptocurrency that runs on proof of work. Then we started thinking about that for a bit, and we explored all the different options and how to build network effect. And as the sidechains of cArDano strategy started crystallizing, we realized sidechains is all about partnerships. So what a sidechain is where two cryptocurrencies kind of come together, and the main chain, what it provides is decentralization, liquidity, infrastructure. It provides a community, an ecosystem, and the sidechain, it provides new capabilities that the main chain doesn't have. We kind of had this idea in the Why cArDano paper, the difference between cArDano SL and cArDano CL, and we wrote that paper back in 2016. So it's been floating around for a long bloody time, but we never got around to it. And then we realized, wow, Midnight makes a lot more sense as a sidechain of cArDano because it's the best of both worlds then. It gives something new and exciting to the cArDano ecosystem, private smart contracts, wow, and you write them in TypeScript, wow, that's like JavaScript, that's so cool. Yet it still has all this security and decentralization and all these other great capabilities, and it basically makes it more profitable to be a stake pool operator and ultimately strengthens the network effect of cArDano. Plus, it gets all the kinks out of the sidechain model, so it makes it very easy for a lot of projects to start building their own sidechains on cArDano, and eventually we can see dozens of sidechains on cArDano in addition to cArDano's core. And really the core of Midnight, the raison d'etre of it, is this concept of ACE. Yeah. So what I mean by ACE is this concept of freedom of association, commerce, and expression. And in many cases, your freedom of commerce is being restricted, especially in dystopian or totalitarian governments, which larger and larger amounts of people are living under now. Mm-hmm. You look at China expanding its Belt and Road program, everything you think, say, and do is monitored, and if it's inconvenient to the governing powers, they'll just simply, reduce your social credit score. Yeah. And I don't think many people want to live in a future where that becomes the standard instead of the exception to the rule. So you need good technology to push back against tyranny. So you have to be able to create a system that's equally useful to the underground newspaper in Russia that's calling truth to power as it is to a Fortune 500 company trying to put a bank on a blockchain or a CBDC on a blockchain where you have a constitutional right to privacy in many respects. And we think we've come up with a pretty good strategy for that. So developers first, let people build a lot of things, and I think people are going to be pleasantly surprised with how much magic is there. And then use this as a way to kind of spearhead the rise of sidechains on cArDano, which will bring a lot more capabilities to the cArDano ecosystem.
cArDano's initially release date was in 2017, being a decentralized proof of stake and environmentally cognitive in comparison to the proof of work style like Bitcoin. cArDano's ticker symbol being ADA was named after Auguste Ada, Auguste Ada being named after an English mathematician, commonly acknowledged as the first computer programmer. cArDano runs on the proof of stake Ouroboros consensus protocol. A few use cases that are unique to me, or in general. In 2019, they worked with the Ethiopian government for a blockchain use case implementation. In 2019 as well, they worked with New Balance to use a blockchain technology to track authenticity of special release shoes. In 2021, working with an electronic DJ, Paul Oakenfield, to release an album on the cArDAno blockchain. Yeah, I just like some of the ideologies that Charles Hoskinson has in his philosophies and ideas on cryptography in general. Being able to kind of take control of your wealth when it goes through time, in a sense, not necessarily letting totalitarian corporation or totalitarian state have control over all assets of life. So in a sense, encrypting a lot of things, it could be from anything from information to currency. But he's building a blockchain that other D apps and stuff like that can build upon, and he's trying to work with this unique branch off of. It's the same, the same of the concepts that he used in Ethereum as well, but at the same time, it's proof of stake, so it's more economically sound as far as green goes. Yeah, it's just interesting to hear his ideas and his path and his trajectory of where he's taking cArDAno and ADA, and it's always coming up with new, unique use cases, and it's a good one to watch. I was gonna keep an eye on it. With that, it's Neil.